Hey everyone, this is Tamari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Mercury Retrograde messages for the sign of Aquarius. Now, just bearing in mind that this is a general reading, so it may not apply to everybody. And the messages that are being brought forward is something to keep in mind during this time. This current retrograde will be going into effect as of now, pretty much. And we'll be going on until the latter part of March, I think around the 21st or something like that. Don't quote me on that because I can't remember the dates, but I remember it was until the latter part of March, okay? So this is a transition that's going to go on for some time, over a month, or around the month mark. And as you know, generally everything slows down during a retrograde. A lot of things don't necessarily go according to plans. That's why it's not the best time for creating plans and, you know, organizing things, okay? Because a lot of things just do not go to plan. A lot of things tend to mess up, particularly when it comes to communication of all sorts, including electronics, okay? So just keep that in mind. So, with that said, let's have a look at what it is that you need to be aware of and what would serve you better at this time. So, Aquarius, what is it that Aquarius should be looking at at the time of the retrograde? I'm going to pull in 3 messages for you from the Isis Oracle deck, which is a brand new deck I just got gifted actually from my wonderful boyfriend. So big thanks to Rob for buying this for me as a Valentine's gift. It was very, very sweet. So yeah, I've been very, very excited to use this. And because it's so new, I haven't had a chance to go through everything yet, so I will be reading from the book. However, I really wanted to give these a whirl because I know that the messages are going to be very relevant at this time, particularly for those of you who are really embarking on a transformation period of your life or are starting to awaken more in your spirituality. So let's just get stuck in without further ado. Okay. So I will show you these once I've pulled all 3 cards. Wow, okay, they're just really coming out. Alright. So to begin with, you have Pyramid of Light. Interesting. Can you see how beautiful these illustrations are? I love them. Really, really nicely done. And I love the messages. Pyramid of Light. Step your vibration deeper into love. Okay? So that's interesting. I will read from the booklet, just the snippet, so you get a better insight as to what that means. Next of all, you have the High Priestess. Mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. Interesting. That sounds very ominous, but in a very positive way. So we'll have a look at that also. And the third one, Soul Retrieval, deep soul healing with the Goddess. So very, very transformative by the sounds of it. So we'll begin with Pyramid of Light. So I'll just find where that is quickly for you. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give you the overview more or less, so it's easier for you to really grasp what this is representing for you at this time. So as a being growing in significant light, darker energies can become more attracted to you. There is nothing to fear and only more mastery and awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. Here is guidance on the skills you have within you now to deal with any undesired interference. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is time now to end that interference with love and compassion. Okay, so this really speaks of psychic protection. Okay, this is what the pyramid is representing. Okay, it's supercharging positive energies to clear out the negative ones that could be surrounding you at this time. And that's a perfect time to be doing that inner work as well, because there may be elements of that darker energy that's surrounding you that's also being reflected by you at this time, okay? Because you're feeling the effects of this energy around you. It could be that you're also mirroring that in some way, so just be mindful of that. And it would be a good time during this period to start working on clearing that energy out within yourself also. Okay. So let's now go to the High Priestess card. So to see where that is. Okay. So, trying to get a good hold of this so you can see it well without too much reflection. Okay. Beloved Isis gazes upon you now, and behind her vast eyes mysteries are unveiled. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. It is an exciting moment in your unfoldment. Have reverence and an open heart and mind, and wait patiently for the grand revelation that's on its way, okay? So this is really talking about there are deeper mysteries in the world that you're currently not aware of, okay? There's more learning to be done. There's more to be revealed to you at this time that's really going to change, okay? The energies that surround you at this time is going to change certain parts of your path. You know, it may even mean that the course that you're taking will change entirely. But, you know, only you know what that means and how that will best fit to your situation. But don't be surprised if significant changes are coming, because that's what it seems like. It seems like, you know, old karmic energies are being removed, okay? They're being replenished by something more positive, much lighter, something more of the lighter nature rather than the darker, okay? So now let's have a look at soul retrieval. So where is that? 107. Okay, here we are. So, Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval. Reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, energy and power, as well as opening gifts and soul abilities you did not know you had. Okay, so again, this really screams of spiritual awakening. Okay, awakening to your abilities, your psychic abilities, awakening to your potential, being open to receive the healing. You see how the hands are open and this orb of light is contained within the hands. You have to be willing to receive that healing energy and the knowledge that will come in, that will open you up and make you aware of your abilities, of your capabilities. You know? So you have to be open at this time. That's what it's encouraging you to do. So that's beautiful. I really love that for you, Aquarius. I think this is exactly what you need at this time, particularly if any of my previous readings have resonated with you at all. I feel like a lot of you have had a bit of a rough time, particularly last year. So yeah, hopefully this will really help in your healing process for those of you who are applying, which I definitely believe it will. And yeah, just be open to receiving that unconditional love, healing and support from the universe, and you know, from those who you resonate with, whether it's you know, archangels, spirit guides, ancestors, you know, ascended masters, whoever's coming in to help you at this time. Accept that with open eyes, because that is going to help with your transformation at this time. Okay, so now I'm just going to be pulling a couple of cards from the tarot. This time I'm using the classic Waite's tarot deck, which is the Rider Tarot. Okay. So this is just to further clarify the messages that were received in order to give you some more insight and information as to how that will apply for your situation. So beneath the period of light, you have the Page of Wands in reverse, clarified by the Justice in reverse. So this is what I'm talking about. You may feel like your creativity has suffered at this time. You may feel like you're getting stuck and stagnant, that you haven't been able to express new ideas, new means of being creative, finding new outlets or new ways of expressing those ideas creatively. Or you may feel very lackluster, you don't feel very impassioned in life in general, like almost like the life has been sucked out of you. So you have to be very aware of what energy surrounds you at this time, who you're connecting with at this time, because it may be that the energy that they are associated with are of the darker spectrum, and it's actually vampiric in nature. That's why you've been called upon to invoke the Pyramid of Light energy, protection, okay, spiritual protection is what you're being called to call upon at this time, because you need it. There's something in your periphery or something in your direct environment that's causing this drain of energy, this drain of creative ideas, lack of inspiration, this lethargy that you're experiencing, okay? So it's really important that you really address that now while you have the chance, so you don't just find yourself repeating karmic cycles, so you don't find yourself being stuck in this dormant energy, okay, feeling like you're just being fed on, which essentially is what's happening at this time. So just be aware of that, and you may need to do some energy clearing. If it's more serious, then you may need to consult a shaman or someone who is practiced in energy banishing and clearing, okay? So beneath the High Priestess card here, which is all about opening yourself up to your own inner wisdom, your intuition, being open and ready to receive the knowledge from the goddess, the divine mother figure, okay? You have the Emperor in reverse, so that's Aries, Taurus energy. You've got the Lovers in reverse to clarify that, which is Gemini, okay? So yeah, this is talking about getting rid of the stubborn energies that comes with the when the divine masculine is out of balance. There's this stubbornness, this unrelenting, bullish kind of mentality that really comes through, and you're being asked to let go of that, let go of any preconceptions that you have, let go of any dogma, let go of pride and ego, okay? Let that go so that this work can come in, so that this knowledge can come in, so this wisdom, so the divine mother can come and speak through you and really open you up to the blessings that you would otherwise receive, okay? So don't block it out, don't allow yourself to stay stagnant in this energy, because that involves, like, in order to receive this information, these downloads from the divine feminine, you have to be balanced. Your masculine energy has to be balanced, okay? So that's what you're being called upon to do at this time, to really work on your divine masculine, and that you don't allow the toxicity of the shadow here that's being surrounding you at this time to really seep through and take hold of the divine masculine, okay? Because I feel like he's kind of being held at ransom, and you don't realize it, that it's coming out in certain behaviors that you're exhibiting. You could be getting very stubborn, kind of selfish, very difficult, cantankerous almost, very difficult to reason with, and that's not an energy that you want to be sitting in, because that's going to prevent you from otherwise unveiling certain truths about yourself and coming to certain realizations of your own abilities, okay? And then with that clarifying, the Lovers card clarifying this, it's really talking about, again, the imbalance, okay, at this time. Your divine masculine is imbalanced, I feel. For those of you who's reading, this will resonate with. So that needs to be your primary focus during the retrograde, is to find the harmony between the two, okay? Between the divine feminine and divine masculine energies, because while that's imbalanced, you're not going to be able to channel these higher frequencies. You're not going to be of these higher frequencies. You're not going to be able to get the downloads that would otherwise come in. that will really help to open you up and make you see your abilities, that will allow you to then come out of this space entirely, right? So that's really, really important. Okay, and then clarifying the soul retrieval card here, you have the Empress in reverse. You see that? This is what I'm talking about. I didn't even realize this is what I pulled until just now. So you've got the Emperor and Empress in reverse, and this is what I'm talking about. I don't feel like this is in relation to anyone else, because this reading is not really about anyone else. This is solely about yourself, okay? And this is what I'm talking about. You, your divine feminine and your divine masculine are both out of balance. Particularly the divine masculine, okay, is very out of balance, very out of touch, is very much locked into this stubborn, prideful, egocentric, left-brained mentality right now. And that's what needs working on in order to soften that energy, to be receptive, allow vulnerability to come through, and not allow pride and ego to take over, you know. Be willing to open your heart. That's the point. And then here with, you know, this under soul retrieval, the Empress here, this is talking about allowing yourself to be healed, where the divine feminine has taken a hit, where there's trauma, where there's pain, where the love is needed. You know, that's what you need to give yourself at this time. This is what you need to also allow to channel through you towards others at this time. Because your divine feminine has also taken a massive hit, but in a different way. You know, it's trauma, it's you know, being taken for granted, it's, you know, being suppressed, being overpowered, is that kind of thing, okay? So you really need to do that inner work there when it comes to your divine feminine energies as well. Heal those parts of yourself where there's trauma, where there's depression, anxiety, PTSD, you know, where you felt like you were overpowered, where you felt like you're being controlled, when you felt like you were being pushed down, abused, neglected. You know, heal those things. Because if you heal that part of the divine feminine, and you heal the divine masculine, where he's feeling the loss of control and instability and the need to just be, you know, very stubborn and hard and, you know, sort of unreasonable. If you heal those two things, you're gonna then open yourself up to a whole lot of healing, right? Extra healing. You're gonna open yourself up to a lot of spiritual protection. You're gonna open yourself up to a lot of ancient wisdom as well that will just pour through you. And then clarifying the Empress in reverse here as well, you have the Nine of Cups. So yeah, letting go of this need to control, this need to have everything in the palm of your hand, right? And understand that yes, while you may be able to get, you know, the affections of many, while you may be able to seemingly get your own way, this is all very surface level, right? Because ultimately, the divine feminine is, you know, is not where she needs to be. There's imbalance here. So you may even be using your ability to charm to get what you want, okay? You may be very alluring, very attractive, very abundant, right? Especially with the Emperor and the Empress coming up. It's likely that you're very well sought after by people for various different things. People know that you're talented, people know that you're attractive, that you can provide, that you're independent, that you're stable, and you may be using how you're perceived to your own advantage. You know, this is kind of, in this position, I feel like this card is about selfishness. It's about like thinking about what you can obtain, and ultimately you're trying to obtain the affections of many because of what's unhealed in the divine feminine. If you heal that part of the divine feminine, where there's trauma and where there's neglect or abandonment or lack, you will not feel the need that you have to have all the affections of all those that you can, right? So that's addressing the imbalance here. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. I guess there's quite a few things to think about there, Aquarius. Sorry if it's a bit of a shaky start to the read. As you know, I've been out of practice really for a little while in terms of doing these kind of videos. since everything that happened in January. And also it is a new setup, it's a new type of reading, so just bear with me. Please let me know what you think in the comments though. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, I will do another reading for you again very soon. So take care for now, and I hope the Mercury retrograde isn't too bumpy for you. Bye now.